Okay, without further ado, good morning, good evening from wherever you're joining across the world. It's my real pleasure to be here. So, who am I? I'm Dr. Alice Evatt. I'm a research fellow at Oxford Net Zero in the Environmental Change Institute here at Oxford. Day to day, I work on climate policies about how can we get to net zero, right? And so it's my real pleasure, of course, to be here for the Call of Code with the founding partner of IBM, which has been the developer platform for Right Here, Right Now, Global Climate Alliance. And we're all here today, I think everyone will be very excited, to celebrate the competition that has gone on for creators and developers across the world to develop and innovate around the SDG 13 goal, that's the Sustainable Development Goal, of how to innovate around climate action. And of course, any innovation around climate action, any discussions we have about climate action, any policies or changes we push for about climate actions must have human rights at the very core. Human rights are a guiding light for everything we do. I've been really privileged to have been one of the lead coordinators for the Right Here, Right Now Global Climate Summit in Oxford this week. But not just in Oxford, it was a 24-hour global conference that went from the University of Sao Paulo, University of New South Wales, Australia, Monash, then we went over to the University of Nairobi, the University of Cape Town, University of Oxford, and then right over to the Americas, University of Colorado Boulder, University of the West Indies, and the University of Sao Paulo. And that might sound like a lot, but we are trying to change the way that we co-create and collaborate as a globe. And I think key to that is what we're here to announce, the Call for Code for IBM. So I want to make sure that we thank the wonderful partners that brought this together, IBM of course, but the global impact partners at UN Human Rights, the program affiliate, the Linux Foundation, and of course, the Right Here, Right Now Global Climate Alliance, David Clark. And just before I hand over to David, I just want to say a few words about where does technology and innovation fit in the climate picture? So this challenge was powered by watsonx, and there's a lot of happening out there in the world at the moment on AI. And when it comes to energy and AI, you get some people saying, well, I'm really concerned that AI could actually exacerbate and accelerate climate change, right? Because of all the emissions associated with it. On the other hand, you sometimes get people saying, oh, well, AI alone is going to solve climate change. Don't worry about it. And of course, these are exaggerations, and neither is true. It's about how we use AI. I'm drawing on a report from the International Energy Agency, recently released on energy and AI, and it makes this very point. So how do we use it? We can use it to drastically reduce emissions and increase efficiency, but you have to be wary of the rebound effects. For instance, AI developments and AI driving cars might lead us to move away from public transport to more road use and vehicles. So how do we solve this? At the heart of everything we do, as innovators, you have to think, what can we create? What should we create? And what do we need to create, right? To stop climate change and make sure human rights are protected. And so imbuing ethics and human rights into the core is what we need, and it's what we're all here to celebrate today. So thank you. I'll now hand over to David Clark.
Thank you, Dr. Evatt. I'm David Clark. I'm the creator and founder of Call for Code and the Right Here and Now Global Climate Alliance. It's a true privilege to welcome you to this important gathering where we explore how technology can help people across the globe mitigate, predict, and cope with the mounting effects of climate change. And we're especially excited today that the event is being live streamed worldwide. I'm going to put my glasses on. Where we explore how technology can help people across the globe mitigate, predict, and cope with the mounting effects of climate change. And we're especially excited that today's event is being live streamed. Now, let me start with a confession. I'm not a technologist. I struggle with my TV remote. But back in 2018, I saw something that stopped me in my tracks. A developer had built something brilliant, and to me, they felt like a superhero. And it gave me a thought. What if we could create the equivalent of a Justice League for good? What if we could mobilize the 24 million developers around the world to use their time and talent, not just to build the next viral app, but to build a more just, sustainable future? And then it hit me. Developers, like most people, are driven by purpose. So I set out to create what I hoped would feel like the next Nobel Prize for developers, or the Nobel Prize for developers, and a global call to action for coders who want their work to matter. At the time, I was already collaborating with the United Nations Human Rights, and I pitched the idea, and they said yes. They didn't just support it, they became our global impact partner, and they have been for the last 8 years. Of course, to scale this globally, we needed a trusted tech partner. We needed a company with not just technical power, but moral clarity. And after a long search and selection process, we selected IBM, and we're very grateful they answered the call. And in 2018 at Vivatech in Paris, with the support of French President Emmanuel Macron and IBM CEO, IBM made history, and they launched Call for Code with the first $30 million commitment. That single moment lit a spark. Since then, Call for Code has grown into the largest Tech for Good initiative of its kind, receiving submissions from every corner of the planet. Today, we're also proud that Call for Code is the official developer platform for the Right Here, Right Now Global Climate Alliance. So, Call for Code had to play its part in the overall Right Here, Right Now Global Summit by asking developers to innovate around SDG 13, climate action, and the response is overwhelming. The solutions we celebrate today weren't built in boardrooms. They were built in bedrooms, dorm rooms, community centers, and by developers moved not by profit, but purpose. These aren't just apps, they're instruments of hope. And the message is spreading far beyond the coding community. I was excited recently that Lady Gaga joined the Call for Code movement, calling our tech rock stars around the world to channel their creativity into solutions that serve both people and planet. So as we celebrate today's winners, know this. Technology, when harnessed for good, is one of the most powerful forces for justice the world has ever known. And now I'd like to introduce John McNamara, a brilliant technologist representing our founding partner, IBM. John?
Well, thank you so much for that, David. It is a real delight to be here today, and thank you all very much for coming as well. I feel very privileged to be part of this hugely innovative community that's focused around tech for good. I've had the joy of being a collaborator with Call for Code since 2019. And in that time, I have seen Call for Code inspire thousands upon thousands upon thousands of students across the globe for Tech for Good. It's absolutely incredible institution. It's a real forge, I believe, for innovation. And I think it comes down to a secret sauce that Call for Code has. There are a number of elements that I've seen in Call for Code over the years. First is the themes. Everyone gets together and they want to try to make the world a better place. And that naturally brings people, the best talent, the most driven people to come and be part of this community. Second is that we've got access with Call for Code and IBM, some of the best mentors, the best subject matter experts to support those wonderfully innovative people. And finally, we've got some amazing technologies, truly cutting edge, that we put in the hands of those innovators. And when you've got those three elements, it's very hard to fail, I find. It's become a real forge, a real engine for innovation. It has been so since the very beginning. But beyond innovation, I've always felt as well that skills were a hugely important part of Call for Code hackathons. So whether you are a fledgling new developer and you've thrown yourself into this immersive world of AI, or whether you are a seasoned professional and you're looking to kind of hone your craft with the very best AI technology out there, Call for Code Hackathon is absolutely the place for you. I think, though, the most important aspect for Call for Code Hackathons is diversity, because it's a platform for a myriad of diverse voices joining together for tech for good. And in that, I've seen that the solutions that are created are really human-centric and of real value. And, well, I'm incredibly proud to be a very small part of that. Now, if you were not able to participate in the Hackathon for Progress, I am delighted to announce that the next Hackathon, the Call for Code series, is out there. Now, this is the IBM Tech Exchange 2025 pre-conference watsonx Hackathon, and it's happening in August. The top teams will win prizes including paid trip to Orlando to the IBM Tech Exchange 2025 in October. So what's going to be the theme? I'm delighted to say the theme is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 11, which is sustainable cities and communities. Now, I would heartily recommend that you register using the QR code and the link, and you avail yourself of the free learning and agentic AI. I know that I will be, because I quite like the sound of that, to be absolutely honest. You gain access to that free learning. Now, before we get to announce the winner, I want to say a big thank you. There's an awful lot of SMEs and experts from around the globe that come together to make this happen, to be mentors and also judges. But most importantly, I think we have a global pool of problem solvers and innovators that are driven to create tech for good. And I want to say a massive thank you to those people, because their work and their thought leadership has inspired us all at IBM. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. So, and now, a first place team in Advance the Future of Customer Experience Challenge is, thank you. To see me open an envelope very slowly. Okay, all right. Team Links of Midwest. I bet you're very happy, and you have every right to be. A student from Kansas State University built this wonderful proof of concept, an AI-driven virtual travel agent with many potential applications to advance customer experience in the travel industry. It uses RAG and IBM Watson AI, and it takes an individual's travel preferences like dietary restrictions and budget constraints into account, and provides a personalised, up-to-date and comprehensive travel itinerary tailored to the individual. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So, do you want to see us? Yeah, of course you want to see us. Of course. Yeah, yes.
Hello everybody, this is Links on the Midwest team, and I've been working on travel sensation agents. You can call me Raxa, and I am a student data analytics student at Kansas State University in Manhattan, Kansas. And I personally believe that planning a personalized trip can take hours of research. What if I told you that AI could create a custom 4-day Barcelona itinerary in under 60 seconds, perfectly tailored to your preferences, dietary needs, and budgets? Meet Sarah. She's vegetarian, and she really loves art museum. She also prefers mid-range hotels and has 4 days to visit Barcelona. Well, traditional travel planning means hours of browsing generic recommendations that don't really match your profile. My AI travel research system solved this problem by using 3 key breakthrough technologies. First of all, RAG for personalized memory. Secondly, watsonx.ai for intelligent planning. And lastly, we use real-time web searching for current information. Let's see how it works. And this is a code I wrote in Python. You can also access this code as well. And first, I use the RAG system. So this RAG system, it stores customer profile using vector embedding. And as you can see here, I wrote this function that store Sarah's information that include her username, name, her profile, what she loves, if she's vegetarian, what she dislikes, the travel history, some preferences, and direct description. And it's stored in our knowledge base. Publicly matched vegetarian ad lover, mid-range budget, and this personalized memory is key to customer recommendation. And there will be a letter retrieve function that actually retrieves all of that information. And next, we have our custom IBM Watson Llama 3.3 70 billion model. So we use this model for 3 different agents. As you can see here, it's Watson wrapper and 3.3 70 billion instruct. And this will help with 3 specialized agents that work together. And if you scroll down, you can see that the first agent is a research agent. Its role is to provide concise destination insights and protocol information by accessing the web. Secondly, is the personalization agent. It creates personalized recommendation. And lastly is itinerary agent that really use both of that information from this above 2 agent and combine a personalized, helpful itinerary for Sarah. So now that we understand the code a little bit better, I ran this code and feel free to run this code and see how it works. But it ran perfectly fine on mine. And first of all, it invoked the Watson API and so the API key. And within seconds, it generated 2,000 word personalized recommendation, as you can see here. First of all, it has the destination analysis, and then it would create a personalized recommendation. As you can see, it's kind of acts like a message, send a message to Sarah. It has recommended hotels and restaurants, mostly vegetarian restaurants in here, and I double check it, it's true. And also recommendations on activities she can do. And she wanted more detail. There's even more breakdown of what she could do each day, like day 1, day 2, and day 3. And it also gives Sarah some practical tips, which is amazing, right? Like all these, how to save money, how to hack, what is the weather like. It's perfectly amazing.
Congratulations to Team Links of Midwest. They were going to take home $5,000 and also get free passes to IBM and Tech Exchange 2025 conference, which sounds fantastic. Now, what I'd like to do is invite our next guest, who's going to announce the winner of the Call for Code Climate Challenge from the UN Human Rights. It's Astrid van Genderen Stort.
Thank you so much, and of course I'm very tempted to use this travel app now. I've got a next holiday to Sicily coming up, so I'll be contacting you. Hi everyone, thank you and congratulations to all the innovators, coders, mentors and partners who participated in this powerful challenge. My name is Astrid and I'm privileged to represent the United Nations Human Rights Office at the Right Here, Right Now Global Climate Summit, the world's largest human rights-based climate forum. We're grateful to our partners, IBM, not ION, the Right Here, Right Now Global Climate Alliance, and everyone who made this initiative possible. As the High Commissioner Volker Turk reminded us again this week also, climate change is the defining human rights challenge of our time. It's not just a planetary crisis, it is a human rights crisis. It threatens the very, very fundamentals of life, clean water, safe housing, access to food, and the right to health and dignity. And the stakes are highest for those that are the least responsible of the climate crisis and most often overlooked, the right to health and dignity. And the most often overlooked, the indigenous people, the rural women, and the displaced communities. And this is why Call for Code is more than just a tech competition. It's a global response to a rights emergency. Innovation and technology are critical to addressing the climate crisis, but they must be grounded in human rights. At UN Human Rights, we believe that human rights needs innovation, because traditional approaches alone cannot keep pace with the skill and the complexity of today's interconnected challenges. But at the same time, innovation needs human rights. Without guardrails, technology can amplify inequality, entrench discrimination, erode dignity. Human rights provide the universal, legally binding frameworks that ensures that innovation serves people and not just profit or power. When the two align, we unlock the potential of technology to advance freedom, equality, and justice for everyone, everywhere. This partnership between you and Human Rights, IBM, right here, right now, and Dave Clark, of course, the creator, reflects that belief. It puts human dignity and justice at the center of how we innovate. Call for Code, now in its 8th year, has become a global movement, generating thousands of open source solutions from nearly every country. From solar-powered flood sensors in Southeast Asia and Africa, to wildfire prediction tools in California. I wish I could do it myself. These projects show that local ideas can have global reach. Thanks also to the Linux Foundation, these innovations don't only stop once the hackathon ends, but they are freely available, adaptable, and shared for the common good. And this is what rights-based innovation looks like. Technology that serves, not surveils, protects, not excludes. At UN Human Rights, we're also evolving through our Innovations and Analytics Hub. We're building tools and platforms that harness the power of data, analytics, AI, and partnership to help preserve and monitor human rights and really prevent also human rights violations from happening. This includes work related to civic space, early warning signals, and can support prevention efforts to climate and human rights monitoring. To the coders in this community, you are part of the future that we need. What we need now is a generation of coders with conscience, ethical technologists who use their skills not just to build, but to protect and empower. We want to see more solutions that reflect rights. The right to education, a clean and healthy and sustainable environment, information, adequate standard of living, security of persons, protection from discrimination, and the right to live in dignity in the face of crisis. That's why Call for Code matters so much, because technology alone is not the answer. Technology guided by human rights is. This may be one of Call for Code's most important contributions, hacking for humanity. So now I'm here, it's my honor to announce the Call for Code Climate Challenge winner, a team whose work has brought humanity to innovation and innovation to human rights, while helping protect our shared future, planet, and supporting the SDG 13 on climate action. Can I have the envelope? Where are the Oscars? I need them. And the winner is Team Rescue Riser. Sorry you're not here because it would have been great. This project, do I have to put this project came from a student at Kirinyaga University in Kenya. Their flood zap solution was designed to save lives after a disaster. It helps individuals quickly request help in a flood by sending a simple text message and following short prompts, even if they don't have a smartphone or data plan. It uses watsonx.ai and RAG to respond to the individual immediately with personalized safety instructions, and it can help authorities coordinate and prioritize life-critical response directions. Let's have a look.
Kenya floods are deadly. Every year, more than 250 people lose their lives. Areas like Budalangi, Garissa, and Kisumu are hit the hardest. The problem isn't just the water, it's the delay. Weather forecasts exist, shelters are ready, but data is trapped in silos. The Kenya Meteorological Department knows when floods are coming, but the National Drought Management Authority can't act in time. The Kenya Red Cross arrives late. Communities don't get alerts, and those without smartphones are left behind. FloodZap is designed to change that. Built with IBM's watsonx.ai, it connects victims to help, even without internet access. Let's say Fatuma is stranded in Budalangi. She dials *384# on her basic phone and reports her emergency. That's all. Our AI engine, powered by retrieval augmented generation, goes to work. It finds local flood risk data. It checks available shelters. It looks up rescue protocols. Then it creates a personalized safety response. For Fatuma, that means this. Move to St. Peter's Church using the main road. It's safe. Help will arrive in 10 minutes. At the same time, the system updates the live dashboard for rescue teams. The Kenya Red Cross and other agencies are notified. A team is sent. No apps, no delays, just real-time coordination, powered by AI. FloodZap is in its early stages. We've built a working MVP focused on Budalangi. In test runs, we've seen response times drop by 60%. Shelter usage triples. Basic phone users get timely alerts. It's built with Flask, SQLite, and Milvus, and powered by watsonx.ai. We're proving that AI can close the gap between distress and response. FloodZap is ready to grow. One update and it can serve flood-prone communities in Nigeria, Bangladesh, and beyond. Because when every minute counts, FloodZap gives people time, hope, and safety. FloodZap. Saving lives in 5 minutes. Powered by watsonx.ai.
And my our big congratulations to all of you. Let this inspire us all to build not just smarter systems, but fairer ones. At UN Human Rights, we look forward to continuing this work, ensuring that developers, coders, and technologists everywhere are equipped to be human rights defenders of the digital age. Thanks.
So I've been given the task of delivering closing remarks, and I have to say to the team that designed FloodZap, real congratulations to you, because that is exactly the kind of innovation that we need to really confront climate change but put human rights at the core, and I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed and grateful to the team at IBM, Call for Code, Right Here, Right Now, Global Climate Alliance, David Clark, the UN Office of Human Rights with Astrid, and the whole IBM watsonx team. So on that note, thank you and keep developing.